Good evening. We're back with more Marvel Champions, and this evening will be a hero spotlight for Doctor Strange. I'm not going to bury the lead. Doctor Strange is an S plus tier hero, capable of taking on any scenario in the game. That will not come as a surprise to anyone who has played Doctor Strange or who follows Marvel Champions at all. What might come as a surprise, or it might not, but what might come as a surprise is that I consider aggression Doctor Strange to be the best version, specifically this dive bomb Doctor Strange. The one area that Doctor Strange is lacking in his kit is burst damage. He has bands of Sidorak, he has Magic Blast. Magic Blast is only 5 plus a variable amount, and for burst damage we'd prefer it to be in the 9 or 10 range. Dive Bomb accomplishes that when paired with Honed Technique. Dive Bomb can be used by Doctor Strange as long as he's got Cloak of Levitation out. When he gets set up with the Cloak with the Honed Technique, he can Dive Bomb for 11 damage plus 5 to each other enemy. That is very, very powerful. And I found that I struggled a bit to clear some content with Leadership Doctor Strange, but I did not struggle with Dive Bomb Doctor Strange. So let's dive in and let's take a look at the deck. We're going to start with Magneto on Expert difficulty. Here we go. Let's dive in and we'll see how the deck works. Got Sorcerer Supreme, that's good. Winds of Watum is on top, that's great. Let's see if we can find a... do I want to keep Power of Aggression? Would love to find a Master of the Mystic Arts. But, oh well. So what do we want to do here? Let's flip. Let's exhaust and use Winds of Watum and draw 3. So let's go Power of Aggression and Wolverine. Play Thor. Blade plus Brawn and play Sorcerer Supreme. No, let's play Eye of Agamotto, and then we'll use Eye of Agamotto and Avengers Mansion to play Sorcerer Supreme. Then we'll draw 5. And we'll leave Thor to tank the Magneto attack this round. So 1 threat. 1 encounter card is standard from the when revealed, and then 1 attack, which will be shuffle each Acolyte minion from the discard pile into the deck. There aren't any. Remove toughness, and we got 1 magnetic counter and then 1 more encounter card. So we got middle shards, deal 1 damage to each character you control. Place 1 magnet counter, and Magneto's helmet, so he's going to get +1 thwart and he cannot be confused. Right now he has steady anyway. What do we want to do here? Let's go Eye of Agamotto and a Dive Bomb for Ironheart and draw a card. There's our Honed Technique. Let's go Wong and Dive Bomb for Cloak of Levitation. Let's use Cloak and Protective Ward to play 7 rings. First let's thwart with Ironheart. And then we'll play 7 rings and add a toughness to everyone. As much to cycle through the Invocation deck as anything else, we'd like to get back to Winds of Watum as soon as possible. Then we'll draw 5. So we got 1 threat, we got an attack from Magneto, which will go on Ironheart. Remove toughness. And that's going to be the 3rd magnetic counter, so we need to find a magnetic card. Electric Shock. You are stunned, take 1 damage for each magnet counter. So according to the new ruling for Magneto, which I saw in another player's video, is that you remove the counters first and then you do the magnetic card. a small change, a small nerf to Magneto. I was previously playing it that you deal the damage first, and then you resolve the card, but apparently that's not the way you do it, so all we have to do is take the stun. And then we've got one encounter card coming. If I did have to take the 3 damage, it would have gone on the toughness. Okay, M-type Sentinel. So what do we want to do here? Let's Spiritual Meditation. Draw 2 and discard 1. Let's go Astral, Magic Blast for Honed Technique. Let's go Cloak plus Energy to play Bands of Sidorak and take out the Sentinel. Let's go Doctor Strange's action plus Vapors to turn this toughness into a stun. Now he's got steady right now, so he's not stunned. And then we'll go ahead and... well, we could use the Eye and Master of the Mystic Arts to get rid of Sabotage Master Mold. Bring out Orbital Decay. And then draw 6. So we've got the Cloak, we've got the Hone Techniques, we can Dive Bomb anytime. 1 threat, we've got an attack from Magneto, which Thor will take. 1 magnetic counter, remove toughness. 1 encounter card, which is Magneto's Schemes. We haven't got a way to block it, so he's going to advance the main scheme. If this is an attack, it's not, so we're into Factory Online. Place 1 magnet counter here. If Sabotage Master Mold is not in the victory display, it is, so no problem there. And we're on to the player turn. Let's go ahead and spend a resource and an action to play Images of Icon. Get rid of Orbital Decay, so now Magneto loses steady, so he is stunned. Let's reshuffle the invocation deck. Got Vapors of Valtor on top, that's fine. So we don't have... we've got a toughness on Doctor Strange already, so we can't change the stun into a toughness while there's already a toughness there, right? I'm not really sure about that, but let's go ahead and remove the stun the normal way. And let's go 1, 2, 3, 4 and Dive Bomb. And since we spent a science resource, it's 11 damage. And then we'll go ahead and draw 5. So 1 threat, remove stun, and then 1 encounter card. Amelia Vought. Stalwart. Okay. Probably just ignore her. Do I want to use the Cloak to change this toughness into a stun or a confuse? Let's go ahead and play Sunfire and spend a lightning resource to get rid of Magneto's helmet. So he can be confused now. I think I'm actually going to use Vapors to make this toughness a stun. Just to get Vapors off the top of the deck there. There's 7 rings. So let's use that action and spend Marvel Boy to play 7 rings and give out toughnesses to Thor, Ironheart, and Sunfire. I'll have Sunfire attack first for 2. Then add a toughness. And gonna spend the protective ward for Master of the Mystic Arts. Pay the 2 cost. We can do it even though we're stunned because it's not an attack. We'll drop Magneto into phase 3 and get a stun on him. And that means an extra encounter card this round. Then we'll draw 6. So you can see the power of Doctor Strange if you haven't seen it before. It really gets quite ridiculous at times. And then we got 1 threat, we'll remove stun, and Amelia Vought will attack for 1. So we got 3 encounter cards total. That is a gang up, so the villain will attack. It's alright, I got lots of places to put it. There'll be an extra Magneto counter, then an attack by Amelia Vought for 1, M-type Sentinel, and a caught off guard. I think we'll get rid of the eye. I think that's the least valuable. Okay, so let's spiritual meditation. We'll be looking for a dive bomb, which would be very high value here. Draw 2 and discard 1. We want to discard. Okay, and then let's spiritual meditation again. Draw 2, discard 1. Let's get rid of Doctor Strange's stun with one of the actions. Let's go. Let's use. We have so many options. Spend Nick Fury to play Master of the Mystic Arts, along with energy. Play Bands of Sidorak and take out the Sentinel. And then let's use another action. Let's attack with Sunfire, remove toughness, remove toughness. And then let's use an action here and go Bands of Sidorak and cycle it this time and deal the 7 and get a stun. And then we'll just draw 5. So 1 threat, remove stun, 1 attack from Amelia Vought, 1 encounter card. Seized. Place the top 6 cards face down. There we go. And can we just end the game here? We've got 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably not, but let's see. We'll use Wong for Master of the Mystic Arts. Draw 3. There's a Magic Blast. That's at least 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's go ahead and Cloak and Winds of Watun. Draw 3. There's a Dive Bomb. That should do it. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4 and Dive Bomb for 11 damage. Plus 5, and that'll take out Amelia Vought. So we're confused. And then 1, 2, 3 for Magic Blast, and that will end it. So I played this scenario twice with this deck. Both times it was a pretty dominating victory. And hopefully this will help to illustrate the power of it. My opinion is that this version is superior to the leadership version, which you probably see more commonly. because the dive bomb damage bomb is so good in dealing with these difficult stage 3s. Now Magneto doesn't have a particularly difficult one because he doesn't have retaliate. His stats do escalate a little bit, but nothing significant. So he tends to be more of a long drawn out fight, but it certainly helps against scenarios like Venom Goblin or Ronin, which are scenarios that we're also going to show as part of this hero spotlight, though not in this video. So anyway, that is Doctor Strange versus Magneto on expert difficulty using dive bomb and hone technique for big damage bursts. And thank you for watching.